Hi there, this is Teacher Carol once again, and welcome back to NTC's Dictionary of Everyday American English Expressions, brought to you by Cemglish.com. Before we start our lesson for today, let me just ask you a question first. Are you using or are you practicing those previous expressions that we've talked about from the past videos? Yes? Wow, that's great. Now, if you do practice, let me ask you another question. Can you tell me what are those two expressions or lessons that we've already talked about? Great! We've discussed about prefaces and communication barriers. Today, we will discuss the third lesson under Unit 3, and that would be telling time. Telling time. Telling time. If you're looking for some ways how to start a conversation, telling or asking the time is the best way to start a conversation to someone. Now, let's begin our lesson with asking the time. Asking the time of day. Asking the time of day. Here are some of the expressions that you can use if you want to know the time. We have, what time is it? Could you tell me what time is it? Could you please tell me the time? Could you give me the time? Do you know what time is it? Do you know the time? Or do you have the time? Do you happen to have the time? Do you have the correct time? And could I bother you for the time? Now, if for example, you don't have a watch and you're not sure about the time, then you can use the following expressions. Aside from your practicing your English, you can also start a good conversation by doing this. So, one more time, let's practice them again. Everybody say, what time is it? Could you tell me what time is it? Could you please tell me the time? Could you give me the time? Do you know what time is it? Do you know the time? Or do you have the time? Do you happen to have the time? Do you have the correct time? And could I bother you for the time? Very good. Now that you know how to ask the time of the day, let's move on to our next topic. We have the time is 12 o'clock. The time is 12 o'clock. Now, if you're talking about 12, you can say this in different ways. You can say, it's 12 noon. Again, it's 12 noon. Or, it's 12 midnight. It's 12 midnight. Now, you have to remember this. You will only use the word noon and midnight if we are talking about 12, to be more specific. You do not say it's 1 noon or it's 1 midnight. that is wrong. Okay? And when we say noon, that means midday and used for daytime. And midnight means middle of the night. So again, don't say it's 1 noon or it's 1 midnight. That is wrong. We will only use the word noon and midnight if we are talking about 12. 12 o'clock. Okay? Now, that would be the end of our lesson for today. In the next video, we will talk about more about how to tell the time. And if you want to get to know more about our English lessons, and if you want to improve more of your English language, well, always feel free to log on to www.camglish.com. This is Teacher Carol once again saying goodbye for now.